Hey now. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everyone got a good night of rest and wakes in great spirits, ready to take on what this week has to offer. And may many blessings and prosperity come to us all. I want to do an very early, um, reaction to Queens of R&B, this week's episode that aired yesterday at 7 p.m. on Bravo. For anyone that hasn't tuned in or maybe wants to tune in to catch up on catch up on the DVR or whatever, how you guys may be watching it, or if you're not watching it, go check it out. It's good. It's good. And this week's episode, it started off good. I was very happy to see Tasha and Tamika sit down and talk about their situation. They cried together, and it seems like they're hurting both ways. But I also believe that that man Rock, he is grimy and he has a lot of pull and say when it comes to Tasha. And I'll get to that when towards the end, because if you guys seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That man ain't right. He is crooked, and yes, he did steal that girl's money. And I just wish that Tasha would stop just okaying and taking up for her husband's wrong, because that is her sister. This is her group, and if they don't find some type of balance, they're never going to be able to move forward in the endeavors that they're trying to do. But like I say, it was very good to see them sit down and talk about some of the issues that they're having and how did they get there. It's still too much. It wasn't much that was said, but it was humbling to see that, yeah, they do love each other. Tasha does have a bit of a heart. I don't know how much, but she got a little bit. And so from there, I was thinking, hey, all right now, they gonna move forward, things gonna be all right. But then uh, another dispute is still arising, and it don't look like nobody's backing down when it comes to it, about this headlining, and about between SWV and Escape, and about who's going to uh, and I think this is so petty because it doesn't matter. Both of the songs are awesome songs. But whoever ends with the last song, it makes them look like that they were the headliners versus co-headliners. And the ladies aren't coming to agreement on that because they want Escape wants the last song to be Understanding, and SWV wants the last song to be Weak. Both of the songs are awesome to me. I love them. And SWV is trying to show their point to where they are more of living legends. They've sold so many more albums, whereas and they're still kind of old school. They like me. We old school, and you can see it in them. They still want to keep that '90s groove going. And when it comes to Escape, they feel like social media and following is the new trend, and that they have millions of followers, and that them as SWV as a whole don't even have a million followers as three people, versus them having millions of followers among each other. And as Tamika stated, not Tiny, but Tamika, she stated that with Tiny and Candy being in the position that they're in, it helps sales tickets because they are so much more established. They have been around in the industry when everybody else dropped off. But then SWV says, look, they have an oiled train. They've been moving forward, doing their own thing in their shows, which they have. They've been having a lot of concerts and stuff. And so have always been the headliners on most of the shows, but not all of them, like with New Edition and things like that. No. So I just wish that they would come to some kind of medium, some kind of common medium, and some type of common ground, to where that this one show that they're fighting and feuding about will lead into more shows for us to see in different states. Because like I say, that would be an awesome doggone tour to have both of them. I'm telling you, I'll be crooning and singing all night. But what gets me is this Tasha situation again. They found out that Rocky's been taking kickback for from promotion and haven't been telling them anything. And Tamika and them brought the proof. They brought the proof. And this girl Tasha still don't want to believe it. This man is getting kickback of 20 grand on their backs now, on their backs, and they're not getting a dime of it. They didn't know nothing about it. And as he said in one of those texts, because the promoter said, I want all four of them. So you have to make sure that all four of them are doing the show, meaning, you got to make sure Tasha is, on board. And Rocky said, she's the one that's going to make them listen. And I showed her where you already gave me 10 and you need to kick me 10 more. I'm like, what? Oh my God. But she acts like she doesn't know anything about this. Once again, when it comes to money, I'm telling you, the love of money is the root of all evil. People do some sad, grimy things for money. They just have no type of integrity about anything when it comes to a dollar bill, And that's real sad because, Tasha, you just got to go on, call it what it is. Your husband is a under the table, undercutting, sneaky, grimy man. It's all about money for him. He ain't nobody. He's nobody. He has her walking around with this big entourage now. And like Tamika said, that wasn't her sister. Who does she think she is? Walking around like, I mean, for real, I think the same thing. Because, Tasha, girl, who are you? To where you need this big old entourage behind you, like, you really, really one of these big stars up there. Hey, you a star in your own right. But come on now, it ain't like you've been out here really doing nothing. And if you supposed to be getting into the gospel world, you don't need all that. You don't need all these old freeloading bums running up behind you, kissing your butt, boosting your ego versus setting you straight, And so she looked at those text messages and it ended when she called her husband. So we don't really know what he's going to say about it until next week. But the proof is in the pudding. Ain't no kind of way that he could deny it. She needs to stop denying it. And if she truly, as he said, knows about what's going on, that's wrong. They both wrong. I don't really like him. I don't care for him, like I say, because he was the demise of the group back then, and he's being the problem with her as well. She got to take accountability for her actions. Being the problem of why they just can't seem to get right to, come on and do something different, like with her and those wardrobes and things like that. How she's stating, I didn't really like the wardrobe person that was dealing with them at first. So she said, I thought it was time for me to get my own wardrobe man or woman or whatever it is, whoever does the wardrobe. But the thing is about it, that's fine. That's all fine and dandy. If you still didn't want to work with the wardrobe people crew that you guys had, and you got somebody for yourself, you need to correspond with your group members to make sure that you are wearing the correct outfit and that you're not trying to stand out from the crowd when everybody else is doing a group thing. They're doing something as a whole where you want to stand out and make yourself look different. Yeah, you may try to put the color in there, but your outfit is standing out totally different from what they doing. So once again, there go that diva mentality. You got to be number one, and she's not number one. Because like her sister said, Tamika said, when it comes to Tiny and Candy, they're the ones. They're the ones out here still making it shake and able to put something together. You see, while we hadn't heard nothing from them for years, the sisters, But I just hope myself, they can come together on some type of common medium when it comes to the show, because SWV, they're really getting fed up. And Coco, her diva, came out last night to where she was like, hey, we can do our own show and y'all do y'all own thing. And I think it's kind of petty because it's all over an ending song. Who's going to make who look, because they already had came up with, okay, we'll all be co-headers. But when you do that last song, it makes it look like you were the only heading. And so I don't know. It really doesn't matter. I don't think it matters, because look, both of the songs are awesome songs. But Coco keep on throwing in there, and then now, Taj is a very humble woman. So when you get her to kind of step out of character, y'all making her mad. Y'all being real petty. When she get the, cussing and stuff, and just feeling like she throwing her hands up with it, y'all really had to get up under her skin, because her and Lily are the most humblest people, out of all of the women. I mean, out of all of them, they are the most humbling, and so they're also having a little beef, like I say, about that wardrobe, because SWV wants to still kick it in the 90s. And as Tamika, which is Tiny, and what Tiny said is, look, hey, we used to dress like that too, with the combat boots and the jerseys and all that, back in the day, Mary and all them, how they used to dress, with the 411 and all that, and they did. But like Tiny said, we no longer in the 90s. We is in 2023, and we on our grown woman SHIT. Hey, they want to look sexy. And Lily from SWV states that, well, she don't feel comfortable with that, because she don't want nothing popping out. She don't want all her body showing, and so on and so on. So I like I say, once again, come find a common medium with the wardrobe. Hey, let them wear what they want to wear, and you guys wear what you want to wear. Because like I say, you are two individual groups. You're not a group as a whole. You're two individual groups. So it doesn't matter if this person, what color they wear, I think they did come up with a color, because they were going over the silver and white and the silver and black. No, black and white, and silver and black, whatever. It's one of those right there, out of one of those three. But it looked like they came up. Excuse me. They came up with the silver and black, because when they were coming out at the end, when it was closing and it was showing the finale for next week's episode, they looked like they had all kind of came together on what the color was going to be, and it looked like it came out to be silver and black, which looked good. It looked real good. I love some silver and some black. No, that's actually silver, black, and gold and red. Those are my favorite colors. But yeah, so I'm just like, wow, if they could do so much more and make this show and this be an awesome tour for us, for the culture, if they could just get along. We just can't get along. I don't know. Everybody wants to be the diva. Everybody wants to be the top dog. And that mentality of being better than somebody else, that really rubs me the wrong way, because I don't look at anybody better than me, and I don't look at myself better than anybody. We may be in two different places in life, two different spaces in life, and one may be doing a little more or a little less than the next one, but that does not make you better than anybody, because what you've got going on could tumble down any day, pray to God it doesn't, or what a person that's not doing can boss up any day. You see what I'm saying? So it goes both ways, and I am a stern believer of other people's success should motivate you. It should never have you hating or mad or anything like that. That should just motivate you as a person to know, hey, you know what? Well, guess what? If they can do it, I can do it. And find out, hey, how did you get here? What steps did you take? And you get on your boss moves, because it's not about what somebody else is doing. It's about what you're able to do. You see, you're just their motivation to you is what I'm trying to say. Looking at somebody else doing something spectacular or something that is good, and you could do it as well. So that better than each other mentality, that kind of stuff, just like I say, rubs me the wrong way, because I just feel like we all can be great. Why can't everybody be great? Why can't everybody win? Why can't everybody get some of the paper? You know what I'm saying? Let's all be great. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Instead of always looking at each other in such a negative form and be mad because the next person is doing a little more than you. Well, guess what? Use them as motivation. Let them help you if they're willing to get to where you want to go. And then first and foremost, everybody has their own lane. You don't need to be trying to walk in somebody else's shoes and walk down their street. You be yourself. You be yourself and who you are. We all have our own lanes. We all have our own different personalities, different characteristics. God made us different for a reason. You see, He made us all different. Ain't nobody the same. You know, we might be like-minded or equally yoked in different things, but we are all our own individual. But I just, like I say, I hope and pray that they really can come to a common ground on things for us to show. I hope a lot of these diva mentalities kind of calm down a bit, because it look like everybody rising up right now. Everybody just, and I'm the one. No, we're the one. So everybody is kind of, it just used to be maybe one or two people trying to talk about it and figure things out. Now from both groups, every woman is talking and speaking. And so when it comes down to Rocky and Tasha, I really want to see next week what she's going to say about this. Your man been taking money under the table and taking money for not only you, but for the group. And like Tiny said, all money needs to be laid on the table. We all need to know what's going in and what's coming out. And that's just by right. He's not the star. Who are you, dude? Don't nobody even like you. But you around here taking, and ain't taking a little $1,000 or $5,000. You getting 20 grand and stuff up off these women's back. That's just a dirty shame. That's a low down dirt ball. He's a scum. He's scum for real. And she need to quit okaying this mess, because it's making you look like scum. Are you really involved in this? And then another thing, y'all, did y'all check out that the mistress, the side piece he was around there sleeping around with? She done made a whole song. So I'm like, is she trying to capitalize off of this? Is she lying? Is she telling the truth? But I believe she telling the truth, because she came with them receipts. But now who are you? Well, you making songs now off of this? And I mean, it ain't too good. I mean, Lord have mercy, it is not good at all. Ain't nothing I want to hear. But she is detailing and explaining things, so I guess that's why she made the song. She didn't make it to try to get a career off of singing and get in the industry. She made it to just kind of bring light to, hey, what was going on with her and him. And I believe it. I truly believe it. Tasha, your man, a cheater, a liar, a thief, scum, and all of the above. You need to get him together. If you're going to stay around there with him, you need to really get him together. ASAP, because he is going to be part of your demise and why you never succeed and become successful at all the things you want to do. And maybe that's why you walk around with such a bad spirit and a bad attitude, because things just ain't right in your life. But me myself, when things are going bad for me, when I walk outside my doors, I put those things down. I leave them right there, because ain't nobody in this world did nothing to me. Don't nobody in this world owes me nothing. So I can never just walk around with this old squirmed up, crunched up face, mad at the world, being disrespectful towards people, or just not having any kind of common courtesy for the next person, because I'm in my feelings and my life all screwed up. No, these people ain't did nothing to me. So like I say, you put that mess down until you come back home, and then you pick that bullshit back up. But you don't go out in the world, what I'm saying, having bad customer service skills, bad people skills, just being an attitudey evil person because you're mad at what's going on in your life. And that's the problem we have. We have a lot of that going on. That's why with our customer service in these restaurants and different stores and stuff, it ain't like it used to be. See, when I was coming up, they trained us good. We trained for 2 weeks to a month before we was put on anybody's floor, anybody's phone, anybody's desk. They made sure we would be effective at our job. Whereas of now, these kids and these youngsters and stuff ain't getting no training. They ain't getting no training at all. So, it's totally different. So they just come out and they bring all that negativity with them, and it sprues out into the public. It sprues out into the world, and so you, like I say, you could be having a good day, and then you roll up to get a burger, and now this chick then had this bad attitude, and now you like, what? So now you all in your feelings, but that's just the devil. Look how the devil be moving. He knows exactly what he's doing. So, like I say, me, myself, I try to stay positive and stay optimistic, and have a good outlook on all things, due to the fact, hey, life wasn't always good, and life ain't always good now. It's never gonna be. We have our ups, we have our lows, we have our peaks, we have our valleys, and we have our lows. We just do, and so that's what it is. So you got to learn how to be able to move and pull with the punches. You got to go with the punches. You can't let whatever you're seeing in your eyes at that present time dictate how you feel or how your future's going to be, because God told us to live by faith and not by sight. So we don't know what he's pulling behind the scenes for us if we would just have a different outlook and a different attitude towards things. But yes, so that's about it. Next week is the finale. And like I say, I hope this girl go in there and say something to her husband, or is it right with them what he said? He said that out his own mouth. She seen that you gave me 10 grand, and she know you gonna give me 10 more. You see what I'm saying? So either your husband is lying on you, or you are in cahoots with him, always scheming and scamming for that money. Girl, how you gonna try to be a gospel singer? Y'all some schemers, y'all some scammers. Get on up out of here. I don't want to believe. I don't believe nothing you saying out your mouth when you singing them gospel songs, because you ain't right yourself. You see, so don't come out here being holier than thou when it comes to getting up in them studios and making them albums and stuff. When for real, as soon as you walk up out of there, you back to your same old. You ain't right. You ain't right at all. So like I said, I ain't passing judgment right now, because I want to see next week what he says and what she says and how she reacts. But as we see with the ending of yesterday, she went back on her diva stuff. She went back on that. She went right back on that diva shit. I'm talking about back thinking she all that, running around with an entourage, treating folks as bad. Because I was shocked that she had showed up to sound check, because she said she wasn't. She didn't show up to rehearsal for the little show that they just had recently did in Orlando, but she did show up to sound check. The girls say she came in with a good attitude, and it was real refreshing. You seen her hugging everybody, and so maybe that was just one of her good days. People have good days and bad days, but like I say, if you always having a bad day, what's going on in your life? Check your situation, check your surroundings. If every day a bad day, the sun's shining some days now. But y'all go and check it out if you haven't seen this week's episode. I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody. And next week is the finale. So if you haven't started watching it and you are interested in seeing what's going on, you just play catch up. Take the whole week and play catch up. So by the time Sunday come, you'll know, you'll kind of be in the loop of what's going on. But like I say, I just hope they come to a common ground, common medium, a balance to where everybody can shine. We all can get a good show. That one show that they're trying to do could turn into a tour, because it would be a very good show, and it would be awesome, and it would be good to see sisters come together. Us come together and do something right. You know what I'm saying? Do something right without all the bickering, all the bitterness, all the egos, everything rising up, and just come on out and do it for the greater good and have a good time while you're doing it. What's wrong with that, But I love you guys. I'll be back a little later, if not later today. I'll be back tomorrow with some of this stuff I want to talk about that's in this sector. But today I'm trying to keep it light and keep it positive. This is the first day of a new week. We don't all need to be boggled down with any old kind of negativity or what's going on. Start your week off and your mornings off good. So it takes precedence on how your week goes and how your mind state flows. So. But other than that, like I say, I'll be back, though. I'll be back. I got something to say. But I am going to say it in a more calmer and respectful way. But I'm going to get my point across. Believe that. But I just want to make sure that I'm respecting the elders as well as you all as my supporters. Because sometimes things can just be a bit too much. And I'm seeing a lot of that on in this sector with that other side. Okay, stuff, it's just overboard. It's just stepping over boundaries. And it's just a bit too much, So once again, guys, hit like, share, and subscribe. Cut on your post notifications. I'll be back soon. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And have a great and wonderful, prosperous day. Let nobody steal your joy. Let nobody take your peace, because it was not theirs to begin with. And as long as you continue to hold on tight to it, can't nobody knock you off your square. You all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye bye.